G'day, welcome back to another episode of TOGL. Well, as I said, this weekend we're over on the East Coast fishing. Myself and Mitch, and I think Neil will be joining us tomorrow. Behind me is the little port of Tribuna, and it's just a nice little port. This is where the ferry leaves from to go over to Maria Island. And we've just had some fish and chips here at the fish hut. Apparently quite famous for their fish and chips. We had some flake and chips and scallops, bloody delicious. Now we're going to head over there to the pub, have a beer or two, then we're going to head back to camp. So we've already been up to camp, set up the little pop top that Mitch has. Tomorrow we're going to do a little bit of fishing. So yeah, tonight it'll be back, get the fire going, have a couple of drinks and get some sleep. Well, we're back from having our dinner, and this is what we've got to deal with. Why do people come out camping and have no respect for everyone else? Listen to that bullshit.
Going? Doof, 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 doof.
That's right. Listen to this bullshit we have to listen to. People need to take note. This is not what you come out camping for.
It's called Mayfield Bay.
God, that's right. Mayfield, hopefully this doesn't go on too long. I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but I'm just about ready for bed. And hopefully this disco shit doesn't go on for too much longer. Morning. What a beautiful morning it is too. A little cloudy, but it's very nice. The temperature at the moment, I think it's probably about 5 or 6 degrees. So where we are at Mayfield Campground. We got in and set up last night. And the bay behind us is called the Great Oyster Bay. The land over the back, that is Freycinet National Park. And on the other side of that is basically just all of the Tasman Sea, I think it is out that way. But yeah, we're going to throw a rod in, spend a couple of hours just sitting down here, a little bit of fishing. I think the tide is dropping and we'll see if we can't catch a fish or two. If we don't, I'm going to quite enjoy just sitting here on the beach, listening to the waves crash, just taking in this beautiful scenery. So my rig for today, I got a nice big surf rod for getting out past those waves there, and I've got a nice big heavy sinker to keep it weighed down, and a pair of size 4.0 hooks. I'm going to put a piece of blue bait, which is like a pilchard, on one of them, and a bit of squid on the other one, because the squid will hold on a lot longer. The pilchard tends to, it's soft flesh, and it might come off real easy, I don't know. But we'll give that a crack anyway. And like I said, I'm just going to kick back and enjoy this sunrise. It's beautiful. that fishing was a bit of a bust. There's huge amounts of kelp down there, so I just kept tangling up on the fishing line. Literally 2 casts, both times pulled in huge clumps of weed, took forever to untangle, so we gave that up as a bad joke. Put the drone up for a little bit of a fly around, flew it into Mitch's fishing rod, nearly crashed it. Oh dear, it was a comedy of errors. We're like, yeah. And then the sun came out and it was starting to get really warm really fast. We're like, nah, let's pack this up for now. So now we're just going to take a drive up to Swansea and have a little bit of a look around up there. And Neil should be here around about lunchtime, and then we'll decide where we're going to go fishing next. Somewhere where there's a lot less weed. Like a heritage museum. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, we just got ourselves a coffee and a muffin from that little place over behind us. Now we're just going to take a little walk around. We're going to go out and have a look over at that jetty and just suss the place out. Have a look at this beautiful old building. It's even got the beam and the chain still hanging there. It's just gorgeous. The old general store. 1838, there you go, that's when this was built. Amazing building. Even got a list of the storekeepers. Well, we thought we'd pop in here to Mel Shell's Oyster Bar, see if Mitch can get some oysters. I'm not a huge fan, but he was going to try some, but I think they're closed. But it looks like a nice little area. So you could pick up your oysters from over there and then come up over here, and there's some seating. Just look out over the water and eat your oysters. Yeah. So over the back there, that's all a part of Freycinet National Park, and if we look through here, you can see there's some little mountain peaks right in the background. So that's all Freycinet over the other side of this river. This is the Swan River.
This is where you'd find your bream.
Yeah, there'd be lots of bream out there around those oyster leases. But yeah, it'd be a nice little spot to just sit and have a little mung out.
Obviously get a few oysters.
Yeah, a huge pile of oyster shells and big oysters too. Big oysters. But no oysters for Mitch today. Well, this is the campsite. We've got Mitch's little caravan there.
I've got a fishing knife.
And Neil's just rocked up not long ago. We've just had a bit of lunch. And now we're going to head off and take Mitch's car. See if we can't go find a better place to fish. Alright, we're out here at a beach called Spiky Beach. Reason is it's right near Spiky Bridge. I'll show you that later. And yeah, we're gonna wander down here. It's a little bit of a walk. Have to take it easy, but we're gonna get down onto the rocks, have a little bit of a fish.
Don't mention my shorts.
No. Yeah, straight down there, mate. Good deep water out there. Bit of white water as well, it's always good. Well, this is a beautiful little spot down here. We're just going to set up here on the rocks and a bit of a fish. Little beach over the back there. Now, we're not that far from the Bay of Fires. You can see all that orange on the rock. That's that orange lichen that there's a lot of up in the Bay of Fires, which gave it its name. But we're down here now, so yeah, we'll get some lines in the water and hopefully we'll have a bit better luck than what we had this morning.
Squid.
Yeah.
And there's a billy in here. A bit of billy. I'm using a temptation rig.
With a popper on it.
Yep.
Okay, well, that guy that was fishing with me that time, Mitch,
Yeah.
he just used poppers. That's all he used. Those coloured poppers, as salmon were just smashed. Better
Yeah.
than bait. They liked it better than bait for some
Yeah.
reason.
Alright. Well, I've got a bottom rig. Top rig. What do you got?
Go out to the left slightly, mate. You're 11 o'clock.
Right about. Go straight out there.
That's the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, we've all had a couple of bites and I'm pretty sure... Oh, there's a seal! There's a seal! Have a look at this guy.
No wonder we're not catching nothing. That might be what I had on.
There's a seal right there near the edge of the rocks. There he is.
20 more.
Yeah, we won't be catching much if there's a seal around. Anyway, I just caught one fish, but it's a draft board shark. These things are bloody.
Take it for you.
Yeah. Alright, so the GoPro battery just went flat. Yeah, these are what you call a draft board shark, and they're really good for nothing. So we're just going to unhook this guy and get him back into the water. He's hooked right in the corner of the mouth, which is great. Should be able to unhook him real easy. So you can see they just have like very, very small little teeth. But let's get this guy back in the water. So just on the other side of the highway from Spiky Beach is what they call Spiky Bridge. So this is an old convict built bridge, and you can see why it's called Spiky Bridge. When they built it, they put all of these upright pieces of slate. Why? I'm not sure. My guess is just because it looks good. Definitely wasn't for any sort of fortification or anything. And it was literally just so that they could get across this gully, because it's just all like sheep plains along here. And the beach, as you can see, the ocean's just over there. Now, whilst they call it a bridge, it is more like a weir. So if we come and have a look at it from over on this side, the ocean side, you'll see what I mean. It is pretty cool though. I like the way they've put all these upright pieces on it. Yeah, so you can see it's more like a full weir than anything else. It does let them get across. And then there's a bit of a channel down through the center of it, so that if there's any water up on top of the bridge, it can just run off. But the stonework here is just brilliant. And that's just all dry stacked. That's not concreted in. Over there on the rocks I did catch a second draft board shark. That was it. Once you start catching them, no point fishing there. So we're going to head back down towards the campsite. We'll check one or two little beaches along the way. Otherwise we'll just set up and try and have a fish again this afternoon on that same beach where we're camping. Hopefully there'll be less weed. Or rainy.
Stormy though. Beautiful. Could be another clear night.
Back down here on the beach, near the campsite. Camp's just up behind us, and yeah, it's just still lots of weed down here by the look of it. So we'll sit here for a little while, wait for the sun to go down, and then we'll go up and start fire, start thinking about some dinner. So no fish today, but it's a beautiful part of the world. Well, the sun's down and it's getting cool. One thing I hadn't noticed was when we walked up over there, there was a little creek here and I was too busy watching where I was putting my feet as I crossed over. It wasn't until I just came back and I happened to glance up the creek as I went across it, and check this out. That's pretty cool. So I reckon this was built a fair while ago, probably back in the convict era. Yeah, very nice. Obviously it's been added to. The road would have been probably just across the top of those brick arches, and then more recently they've put more heavier foundations and put the road up higher, but still a very cool part of history here. Let's go have a look. We can go up through one of these. It's actually getting shorter the further up I go. And then she's a bit rocky here. Right, and then we pop out over here and have a look at this side of it. Yeah, pretty cool. Well, another day of trying to catch a fish. It's the wind's still up a little bit, so it's cold, but that sun is nice. At least it's clear. But I'm quite happy just to sit here on the beach for a little while and watch the world go by. Have a look at this view that I've got. Fishing rod's just tucked up here on the rock, so I'm cast right out over the back there, and we'll just wait and see what happens. in here's got a snag. There's a little bit of a rocky shelf just out there, and I think he snagged up on it. With that bread before.
Fucking Danny there. Danny's smashed chili, don't worry about that.
Well, here we are. We got another draft board shark.
Yeah.
These things are a menace. But there he is. Look at that for a mouth. You know? Talk about the shark, not
Yeah.
We'll let him go. Let him go. There's not much else going on around here, but it's still a nice afternoon just sitting down here. Next wave will come in and he'll swim away. There he goes. It's been a big weekend. Nothing like starting the day with a bacon sanger and a nice cup of coffee. So we're heading home today, and haven't seen hide nor hair of a fish with scales. Had a few of the little banjo sharks and draft board sharks, and that's been it. So that's all right. It's been a beautiful place over here. You can see that sunrise this morning, spectacular. But we'll get on the road shortly. Got about a 4-hour drive to get back home again, and yeah, get all of this stuff tidied up. Well, that's it for another episode. I hope you enjoyed that one this week. No fish to eat, unfortunately, but it was still a good weekend to get away. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Until next week, stay safe, take care, have a great weekend. I'll catch you guys next Friday. Cheers.